welcome to MagicGatheringStrat. I'm Dan. I originally intended to Twitch this. I'm going to play a 4-man draft. But Chris is actually drafting some gate crash on the Twitch channel, so which is good news. So I am recording this to snag it instead. Yes, I have started a new account. I'm MTGeostrat. Sounded like there should be such an account. I recently got some money into PayPal, and it costs a lot to withdraw it from PayPal, so I figured I should use it for something. And what's better than to get another account and play some 4-man drafts. I'm also a bit burnt out on tournament Magic since the MOCS hunt, so I figured that the new play draft would be a good way to get back behind the wheel. There is value here, but only if I manage to win every draft. But it is a format that really benefits the good players. I wonder how much I should make out of the new play draft, where I drafted only flyers, where I took all the flyers and all the reach guys, because that gave me all the evasion. That was very powerful. But I wonder if it was powerful enough to do every time. Trading post, that is not very common. So in the flyer thing idea, you should take the Bloodhunter bat. But Arms Dealer is a stronger card. Pacifism is an even stronger card. But I do prefer... it's very close between Arms Dealer and Pacifism. I do prefer Arms Dealer. So, but this is a 4-man draft, so now we should make note of everything that's in this pack. Pacifism, Lion, Elvish, Bat, Benediction. Yeah. And Arms Dealer, we take that. So now we shall learn something about what the others are playing. Cathedral of War. The white ring and the blue ring. You could argue for Cathedral of War, but I think Mark is just the pick here. Okay, so we make a note of Guardians, Negate, Disentomb, Titanic, Chandras, that might wheel, blue ring, red ring, Cathedral. That was a pretty deep pack, but I'm taking Mark of the Vampire. In the third pack, they are giving me a Rummaging Goblin. I think that's my pick to go with the Arms Dealer. War Priest. Lots of white. White is deep. And this is the fourth pack, where we now receive Plummet, Strength, Duty-Bound Dead, Duskdale, Red Ring. I want a red ring, but I'm taking the bat. So now we're back in the first pack. Pacifism, Lions, Elvish Visionary, Bat, Benediction. The best thing would be if the bat was still there. If pacifism is still there, and it is, and both pacifism and bat is still there, and the lion and the elvish visionary is also there. They took the trading posts and the benediction, but somebody's in white. So what about the pacifism now? Can I really allow them to have a pacifism? Yeah, I can. I'm taking the bat. Okay, the Guardians of Croatia is gone. Negate is still here. Disentomb is still here. Titanic Growth is gone, so I'm right not to be green. But they are giving me the Chandra's Fury. And they are also giving me the Red Ring. What to do? They took the Cathedral of War. Red Ring or Chandra's Fury. But it might be hard to get enough red creatures. And Chandra's Fury is always good. But I think I'm taking the Red Ring. I can actually have double Red Ring. Velkinturn is still here, Negate is still here, Mindrot is still here. The Sunstriker and the Captain's Call is gone, and the War Priest. Okay, everybody's picking white but me. So what do I take? Well, if I'm going to go for double ring and arms dealer, I should take the Battle Jester. Plummet is still there. They took the Red Ring and left the Duty Bound dead. But that means somebody is very vulnerable to Volcanic Strength. But I can't take that yet. Okay, back in the first pack, Pacifism is now gone to all the white stuff. Elvish Visionary is gone. Everything good is gone. And I am picking the Hulk. I didn't get my double red ring. Okay, so I could hope for Chandra's Fury in the 10th pick. Chandra's Fury, yes. And now Mindrot is a very strong black signal if it's still in this pack at 11th pick, given that it was the only decent pick. But it is not. Maybe I should have taken the blue there, not to make them go into blue at the end. Because it seems that blue is totally open. But the only cards I've seen them pick are green or white. White is heavily drafted. Blade Boar is a very good card here. So avoids all the trouble with Stuffidol. Stuffidol is tempting, but I think Blade Boar is just better. Primadox. I'm heavy on the 4-drops now. The white ring, the blue cards, but the blue cards are not that great. But Duty Bound Dead is that great. 4 more red creatures. And there are not many red creatures that are really good. Flunkies, any goblins, basically except the Battle Jester. I should be getting some removal. I don't have any removal. I should be getting red removal. The Black Ring, Drowned Catacomb. Could be important. Got 4 creatures. But it's probably better to take the Black Ring than to go for the pack leader. But I will fear the green deck. Okay, I can't give him another Primadox. No. Why is all this green coming? I need a 2-drop. So I hated the Primadox. Hating is more efficient in 4-man drafts. Revelation, but I don't have really anything to reveal. But I think I have to go for Revelation anyway, or hate the Corsair. Got Drowned Catacombs back, so maybe there will be a blue splash of some sort. But not for that Velkin turn. Another rummaging, sounds good. Really good. Five black creatures and 4 or 5 red. $15 playables, of which Phyrexian Hulk is the most questionable. But given all the green things I've seen now I'm wondering if I shouldn't have yet gone green. Anyway. It was weird. I registered, when looking at the first 4 boosters, I registered 5 white picks, 1 green, and no others that I made a note of here. They're just shoving centaurs down my throat. I can play Crippling Bright. But my best removal is Crippling Blight and Chandra's Fury. Another Crippling Blight. Or do I go for the Battle Jester? No, I go for the Crippling Blight. Okay, now I need to find the red and the blue, red and the black creatures. I need stuff like Servant of Neferox, Knight of Infamy, Flunkies, Tragtusk, really. So there is a new plan in town then. I can't pass a Tragtusk, even in this world. So I'm splashing green now. That means... oh, public execution and murder. So I'm taking the public execution, hoping that the murder will wheel. Finally I get my spears and stuff. And it is Searing Spear. I want I lost the thought. Another Raunching Goblin. But I think this is a clear pick for the Arsonist. No, it's actually Duty Bound Dead number 3. Switcheroo. The blue splash is easier. But I can't play 4 colors, can I? So Switcheroo or Tragtusk. That's not totally easy. Hunt Beast is very tempting with Mark. But we don't need a big green splash. And we definitely need black cards. I got the Mark, so I'm gonna use it. And Bat is just so good with the Mark, as is Tormented Soul. This is could actually be the Tormented Soul deck, but I'm still taking the Blood Hunted Bat. Okay, we're not green then. I took the Pillarfield Ox because I wanted to stop him from having a decent blocker. This is 25 cards. And I think the Void Stalker fills a hole for removal here. A Duress for the sideboard. And the third Raunching Goblin. Raunching Goblin is nice because you can just rummage him away if you have too many. It also ups my count of red creatures. But there's still only 5 of them at best. So I think the only ring I will play is the black ring. I will play Public Execution. I didn't get the murder back. We'll play double Mark of the Vampire. 3 Blood Hunter Bats. And now I made myself a rather black deck. 4, 5, 8 black creature, the black ring. That's good. But now we're gonna splash stuff, and we're gonna splash Switcheroo, Voidstalker. And then we're gonna find all of this by the triple Rummaging Goblins, Arm Stealer, Searing Spear. And that's actually 23 playables. We are leaving Revelation in the sideboard end, but it is extremely expensive and we don't have the cheap cards to go to for it. We are trusting the Goblins to get us to we're trusting the Rummaging Goblins to get us to the island. So we're going for 7 mountains here. And we have 9 sources of black. And we can't play the red ring because of our low amount of red creatures. So the mark goes on Duty-Bound Dead, Walking Corpse, Giant Scorpion, or any of the Bloodhunter bats. We don't have any high quality removal. So what will be Switcheroo? It will probably be a Duty-Bound Dead, which of course is not very fun. We could cut the blue altogether, but there are 2 removals. We could cut them and get Diabolic Revelation, Battle Jester. But that just sounds bad. What the fuck? It's quite weird. It's only 2.5 minutes left, and they seem to have and none of them have submitted a deck. And some of them will not probably be able to do so in time. Okay, Mojisu submitted the deck. So he's probably the best player here. 40 seconds left. Still only Mojisu who have submitted the deck. Will 2 of them fail to submit the deck? That would be very interesting. I'm black, red, splash, blue. I think the splash is motivated. The splash could have been Roaring Primarch, Thragtusk, but I think the removal is more powerful. That looks like they really submitted the decks. Yeah, Vide submitted the deck, but Dr. Demento hasn't submitted the deck yet. Yeah, I'd like to play first. There is the Rummaging Goblin and the Searing Spear, so there's something to do while waiting for death because of bad mana. So I'm keeping this hand. I know this guy did submit a deck, so he should be here. And we're off to the races. He spent 2.5 minutes doing nothing, but then he showed up again. Okay, I have 2 chances to draw land here. Getting to kill an early Chronomaton is of course brilliant. I could go for Duty Bound Dead and spear the Chronomaton next turn. It's green-white. The Chronomaton definitely needs to be speared. Bond Beetle, also invested in the Chronomaton. How disappointed he will be when it dies. And does it... I could attack here, see if he... No, I'm gonna bolt him before. That was me changing plan mid-game, because I don't want him to block with the Chronomaton, as that will help him block. So now he will have to throw the Bond Beetle under the bus or lose it. And I have Blade Tusk board next turn. But he will now play a Centaur Courser and be safe. No, he plays Intrepid Hero, and that of course puts a stop in my plan to play the Blade Tusk board, because the Blade Tusk board will just die if it attacks. So I will need to play the Rummaging Goblin instead. He definitely looks vulnerable to Chandra's Fury. I also have 2 Crippling Blights that will deal with the Intrepid Hero, so I'm not too afraid of him. This guy plays Bond Beetle, so I'm in no giant danger. We do want to hit 6 mana for Public Execution, but all the goblins was a good reason not to play Diabolic as well. Okay, he's gonna bounce the Bond Beetle. That's bad, but it's not super bad. This is somewhat interesting at this point. If I get a solution for the hero, the ring is really powerful. But if not, I think I need to throw away the Blade Tusk board here. But could that be the right thing to do? No, I'm throwing away the swamp. Finding the giant scorpion, which of course is the better play here. Actually, making the Intrepid Hero bigger will be bad for me. It will be much harder to remove him. But I don't care particularly if the Prime Dox is 4/4 or 5/5. But he's putting it on the giant scorpion. Oh, he's going to kill it. That's such a bad plan. This is like the slowest combo in the world. Like they made an addition for the slowest combo ever. They found it. I didn't even consider that. But I need to find some removal for the Intrepid Hero. Because when he's gone, I will just rule. And I need to find it fast, and that removal is more important than anything else. So I once again throw away the swamp, finding the Bloodhunt Bat. So let's swing for 3 perhaps then. It takes that. Which of course is very dangerous for him. But I definitely need to play one more land because I need to get Chandra's Fury. Intrepid Hero. Here comes Mr. Bond Beetle. Making my Scorpion 3-5. Thought he would go for the Bloodhunt Bat, but now I can attack with the Bloodhunt Bat. And even the Scorpion too. Well, somebody needs to block him. And definitely now he needs to be blocked by the... Oh, of course he is. He's gonna play. He has to play another blocker here, otherwise the Primalox will die. Hunt Beast, but killing the Hunt Beast seems pretty good too. But there is Crippling Blight, so the battle is pretty much over. Let's Crippling Blight the hero. Then I have a 3-5 Giant Scorpion that keeps everybody at bay. Play the Ring of Sathrid. Put it on... On who? Put it on the... I will put it on the bat then. And that is why you don't grow your opponent's creatures with your Bond Beetle. And now Giant Scorpion is very good on the defense. And you made him. You made him like this. This was your fault. Rummaging Goblin is not rummaging anything. But that's because all my spells are so useful. Bond Beetle is back. And now he needs to play it on, maybe on the Hunt Beast, so nobody could get past the Giant Scorpion. But I should grow the Giant Scorpion, right? And not the... not that guy, because that happens. Okay. damage left. And he has Prey Upon. But this means that we should play the Blade Tusk Boar and equip the Walking Corpse. And he has reached a magical 60-minute border. You don't want to go below 60 minutes in your first duel, because if there is 3 duels, you need to have 3 times 8 minutes for all of them. That should mean that the limit is really 17 minutes, but I like to think it's 16 minutes. You can probably speed up the last 2 duels a little bit. But this guy is taking way too long. Pack leader. And his deck was really solid. But there is Chandra's Fury. So it's all for naught. But he had loads of fat. How do I deal with such fat? Well, I only have Smelt and the rest in my sideboard, and they don't look very useful here. Actually, Thragtusk and Primadox is a nice way to deal with fat, but so is Switcheroo and Voidstalker, so I'm sticking to the plan. And I haven't written down the MOCS. I have a 53.3 match win percentage in Sealed deck over quite a large sample, and of course this is a lot higher on draft. It's close to 68. So can I win against this green deck? Yes, I can, because I have Mark of the Vampire. He has Pacifism and Prey Upons. But he also has useless cards like Bond Beetle. No black. And this is hand I need to send back. And this is the hand I need to keep. A double mark. Well, this could be one powerful arms dealer. The green ring. And he actually has Chronomaton, so that means that I could bring in Smelt. Searing Spear. So I think I played Arms Dealer now. And I'm tempted to Mark of the Vampire in, but that's really not the target for Mark of the Vampire, right? Now something will come. Prized Elephant, Hunt Beast, Intrepid Hero. Well, he will die, I assure you. But when will he die? It's a good question. He absolutely does not need to die right now. Wonder how many creatures I had. Let's have a look at that. I pack 14 creatures. It's a lot with 3 boost spells, like 3. I have Mark of the Vampire, Black Ring. Timber pack. Duty Bound Dead, Mark of the Vampire. Or Duty Bound Dead, Sack the Goblin. But the play here is definitely Duty Bound Dead. He doesn't have a Prey Upon guy, but what can he cast? He can cast something, but he can't cast something for 4, and then... But he can Prey Upon Arms Dealer. So the better way to do it is to kill the Intrepid Hero. Should have attacked her. So sloppy. If there is a pack leader now, I will have a hard choice. But if he doesn't cost anything, that would just be weird. But if he doesn't, I'll kill the Arms Dealer. I'm still killing the Arms Dealer. And of course he's saving his green stuff here. But I think... Does the Arms Dealer need to die here? He doesn't, right? Because I only become a 3/5. And I can actually cast... Oh, that's... that's better. So we'll Crippling Blight him. He'll still have enough for pack leader Prey Upon. But if he does, so be it. And he has this window to cast pack leader Prey Upon. Or Primalox Prey Upon. Because next turn I will be untapped. The white ring is not good enough at all. Or is it? No, I just blow him up. So the lifelink is irritating. So I probably should blow him up. continuation mana open. And I can swing for 3/5. Swinging as a 5/7. It's a lot of eggs in one basket. Both the white ring and the green ring. Feels a bit overkillish. Serra Angel. If I do it, I become a 4/6. I hit him for 5. He's at 11. It's tempting, really. But he could have pacifism. But maybe the other white decks took all the pacifism. And then he's reliant on Prey Upon, which will take 2 turns for him to get. So I think I'm going the aggressive route here. Even if it hurts. It would leave me at 29 lives even if this guy is pacified. Do I need 2 red mana for anything? No, not anything. Except for the rare occasions when I want to cast 2 red spells in the same turn. So that's way too slow, Mrs. Sarah. Double marked, duty bound dead. It's not something you see very often, is it? Trading post. Okay, now we shall see if trading post really works. I don't know what he hopes to accomplish with this. He could pay 1 life, put 1/1 guy in on the field, but I'm still gaining 5 every turn. And Bond Beetle, so now we have a 5/5. Is this what I want? Actually, should be a 6/6 next turn. And then the 5/7 thing will destroy her. Takes it and has 6 lives. Six Angel. Why not block with the Bomb Beetle? He has even seen the Chandrasuri. But this is perhaps the point where the trading post really works. He could of course easily misplay it. Green ring on the hunt beast. Attacks with the 6/6. And now I have lethal, right? Except for the trading post. And it does block. The worst possible way he could block. It's very interesting. let's make him pay for it. Chandra is mad at you. Chandra is mad with you. Chandra is angry with you. Chandra says, die! That was fairly sweet, and I think the Bloodhunt Bat is gonna do good things. Okay, he didn't like... Oh, he took the white ring. And he now has 3 cards. But one of them will need to be discarded. Spider. Okay, he didn't want to double block the... So now if he makes a 0-1 to block, he dies. If he makes a 0-1 to block, he does indeed die. And yeah, let's do it like this. Okay, he throws the spider under the bus. Fair enough, I gained 5 life. But he lives. And I should have attacked with the goblin. That was hard really to know if I should attack with the goblin or not in that spot. Okay, that's pretty bad. Bloodhunt Bat for the win. Alright. Vaed has won against Dr. Demento 2-0, but I don't know if Dr. Demento ever showed up. But he did. Because there... No... Yeah, he did. So what do we think of Vaed's deck? We think he's white. He could very well be white-black. The most likely thing is white-green. Okay. This is kind of the best hand you can get. It's a 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, 5-drop. And on the draw, so we have card advantage. Now it got even better. He's blue, surprisingly enough. Blue-white, I expect then. Ogre's gotta miss. Gotta miss, Mr. Ogre. Gotta miss. No, he didn't miss. God damn it. Okay, so he has negate. Who doesn't miss with his Ogre? And we might be looking at a situation where we sideboard out blue. Though why? So he must have something with which to kill me that I can switch through. Okay, so he has neglected, he has negated my duty bound dead. Now I want to cast my Searing Spear, but I don't have a target yet. But like a Windbreak or something would be awesome. Or that guy. Rummaging Goblin is exactly the way you defeat a deck like his deck. And he will have a hard time removing Rummaging Goblin, so I think I can safely rummage the Rummaging Goblin next turn. And start some happy beatdowns with Bat. Could he realistically be all blue? Okay, I'm rummaging the Rummaging Goblin. Getting a giant Scorpion. He could very well have Essence Scatter here. So, do I go for the giant Scorpion instead? I don't, because I know about negate, and if it doesn't have Essence Scatter, that is such a superior play. Though I might be forced to side out the MOCS against this guy. I could actually bait the counter with Mark to get Chandler's Fury through, but the problem is that Mark is probably a lot better than Chandler's Fury. Or we could possibly just overwhelm him with creatures. We're rummaging the Voidstalker. Another swamp. That's the last swamp we need, right? So attacking with the Bloodhunter Bat. It's a 3/3. Being very wary of Fairy Invaders. Scorpion. We could just cycle away both Mark of the Vampire here. And Chandra's Fury. Maybe Mark of the Vampire first. But it taps out. So now I'm too tempted to play Mark of the Vampire. And I think then I possibly will. might throw away Chandra's Fury here. Possibly, maybe. Depends on if I really need to public execute something. But he does have negate. Make a note of the battle flight. And Avenger. Okay, he doesn't want to block. That's disconcerting, because that must mean he has some sort of trick. And that could very well be a fair invader, but then I have public execution now, so let's go for it. And given that he gave up his double block, he must have a trick or two. But he does not. What? So maybe we'll just Chandra's Fury at the end of this turn, forcing his negate. And then public execute. Or the other way around. Because he needs to block everyone for Chandra's Fury not to be lethal. Okay, so if he doesn't cast a creature, I will public execute at the end of his turn, forcing the negate, and then I will Chandra's Fury him to death after attacking with everything. So he really needs to play 2 blockers now. So that's my plan. This is one of the reasons I like to do videos, because I wouldn't have thought this clearly about this if I wasn't forced to articulate it. I love 4-player drafts. I would really like them to be a real format, but they are so much fun, and I think I've learned a lot about signaling from them, or maybe something at least. And no matter what, he should be attacking with the Sarah Angel. Yes, the Sarah Avenger. So much mana. What are you going to do, sir? Blocker number 4. Who is it? It's Tricks of the Trade. After combat. But we must make a note of Tricks of the Trade. I still think the Sarah Avenger is more dangerous. Now he only has 3 mana left. So we'll public execute the Sarah Avenger. forcing the negate. Hey, I can't swing with everything because the duty bound dead doesn't do any damage. Skilled. So let's discard a mountain. Can't cast that guy, but I can kill both his creatures in the air. So why did he cast Tricks of Trade? He could do that block last turn anyway. Maybe he just didn't count with the Exalted. That's probably it. And I need... You've got to block with both now. It's your only chance. The last chance you have to block with both. You have already missed one chance. Yes. And they die. And now we cast Chandra's Fury. Before he untaps. In case he has any other main deck negate. Pretty bad. Captain's Call. Pretty good. The cards are on the table. We're at 29-1. But my damage spells are gone. Except for the bats. So I need a bat. And that's all I need. So let's go hunt for bats. Throwing that away. Another duty bound dead makes the giant scorpion pretty nasty. So I'll play it. Exalted. Doesn't help him a lot. It's actually one of the better draws he could have, from my point of view. Or land, of course, but it's definitely something that doesn't change the match. And any attack here would be quite bad. Arms dealer is better than Walking Corpse, so we throw away Walking Corpse. And we get the black ring. So I think we play black ring. We play it on the giant scorpion. Do we now start attack? At least something will die. It will be 3-5 and it will kill something, and then we can regenerate it. Except that he will just block with the protection from black guy. So we need to kill the protection from black guy, which we'll do with Arms Dealer. a very slow plan. Main deck Harbor Serpent. That means that we must remove the island from our deck, because that would be disastrous. Remove the island for the rest, I'd say. And then play with another swamp. Take out blue. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay, so what's the plan here? The evil Death Touch Scorpion. The only thing stopping is the Knight of Glory. So we should get rid of the Knight of Glory. But we must not forget our focus. Because our focus is to find the bats, and there are 2 bats left in our 18 cards. Right, we have 3 bats. Blood and bat, blood and bat, blood hunt the bat. Blood hunt the bat. And we have him short on time as well now, so that's sweet. And I think we're not in any kind of danger here if we don't play the island. So we should throw away the island if we find it. We don't really have a good switcheroo target because they both died. Though that thing is pretty sweet then, but no nostalgia, throw it away. Crippling Blight. Not really very necessary. Let him play. Oh, his Harbor Serpent can attack. But we have pretty strong blockers. So how low do we go with the Rummaging Goblin before we get rid of him? Maybe 8? 6 cards left in library. There's now a point to stall this game actually, but yeah, he spent half his clock now in this duel. But he did make the choice to play a blue-white deck, and that'll teach him something, probably. Okay, so we are getting a counter, and we are getting switcheroo, which we are then going to rummage, as his guys are so worthless. And this guy is of course game, so we'll let him out. And we now have lethal. There is of course a chance he will find an answer. He will Archaeomancer for what? For negate or Captain's Call. Crippling Blights didn't look very good against this guy. I'm gonna go red-black. I'm gonna take out the blue because of the Harbor Serpent. He wants negate, but this is all over. Isn't it? Unless he has some shenanigans on his side. That's random. Bloodhunter Bat 2. Okay. Yeah. Okay, he has 11 minutes left. And I am leaving the blue behind, taking out Island, Drowned Catacomb, putting in Swamp, Mountain, taking out the... Is it Revelation? Didn't see any artifacts. It's definitely Duress. But is it Revelation? Nah, it is the Battle Jester. So I'm all black-red now. Plus Revelation. All black-red. He has 11 minutes to beat me twice. And all my drinks are out. So I'm not hydrated properly for the final match. I didn't see a lot of stuff that could deal with the Mark of the Vampire. So they should have plenty in blue-white. But I think he was cannibalized by the other white decks. Okay. This is a great hand for the deck. Really good. I should be able to keep him off my... it's pretty much now delaying him for 7 minutes. That's the goal here. And he has a hard time speed killing anybody. Maybe he'll do his auger trick here. So, Searing Spear or Duty Bound. Obviously Searing Spear is the more defensive choice. And that guy is an excellent target for Searing Spear. Rummaging Goblin for another Goblin. That's pretty good. Okay, I definitely don't need to F6 anything, because I'm 7 minutes ahead of him. 4 mana now, Scavenger. Well, it is Bloodhunter Bat, but it's also Rummaging for Rummaging. And another Bloodhunter Bat. And Bloodhunter Bat will work with the Beauty Bound Dead. So that's good. Though we can't really do anything about Scavenger hitting us. But it's a 3-3 relationship here. So what about the Battle Jester? I think he will be the victim of a Goblin, except if the Arms Dealers show up. We're also gonna draw something broken with which to win. Scroll Thief. Hits us down to 19. And he's obviously holding up the gate here. I'll throw away the mountain. For Crippling Blight, which stops the Scroll Thief dead. Which is probably what I want to do, right? Feels really dangerous. And then I cast Blood on the Bat. You could have made an argument there for the Goblin, but I want to be able to double block the Avenger here. Do I really want to force him to raise me now with the Duty Bound Dead? Or would I rather just sit back? Battleflight Eagle. Well, okay. I'm left with 2 cards in hand, and he has only 1. And I get to start. So I guess I'll cast Battle Jester Duty Bound Dead. But he must have saved something really awful. Something huge. Captain's Call. Okay. I could actually make this attack. For some little, some small value. Is that the card he kept? And Marshall Sutcliffe said he never saw anyone play Planar Cleansing. I saw a guy play it. Okay, it's now an attack with the Walking Corpses in order. business. And rummaging away the second rummaging goblin doesn't feel like a good thing right now. Feels really bad actually. So, walking corpse again, I guess. And do I even want to play the 7th land? Yeah, I have Revelation, so of course I do. But I feel that this is not going the way I want it to go. That's a decent card. Okay. Before combat maybe. Would have been better. Though the result would have been the same. But now I can swing with both of them, and then he can Fairy Invaders me. Six minutes left to win twice. Due to Undead. Yeah, we'll do it. Going to 8. I wish there was a defensive option for me to choose here, but I can't stop the Protector, so the only way I can get rid of this is to kill him before he kills me. And I'm really curious about all the stuff he has in his hand. I think there is a negate involved. We're gonna see that now, because we are playing Mark of the Vampire. And he didn't have the negate. Wait a minute, you can regenerate from Planar Cleansing. Did I have regeneration mana when he cast Planar Cleansing? I didn't have any duty bound deads. Ah. So if he doesn't block now, then we are pretty set. Time is running away. Saw The Dictator with Sacha Baron Cohen yesterday with my wife. Was surprisingly good. Gave it 7 out of 10. Much better than his earlier movies actually. So he didn't block. And then I'm getting really scared. So I am now gonna play this mountain so I can regenerate. Why would I? He doesn't have 2 planar cleansings, does he? Nobody has 2 planar cleansings. is green in his deck? Throw away the red. And attack. And he also now has 4 minutes to win twice, so why block with the Griffin and not the Soldier? Because he can Titanic Growth it. He's splashing for Titanic Growth. But I saw that. Well, I'm not that worried. Because I have 25 lives and he has 3 minutes now and 50 seconds to kill me twice. And suddenly cast Talrand. So here we are, with public execution in hand. And 2:45 to go. There is a win here, right? I can kill all his creatures and attack with the duty bundle. But I prefer casting public execution on him. And then I should say the red mana so I could cast Arm Stealer. But I'll just swing with the Battle Jester then. That was a horrible misplay. Alright, now it should be hard to stop me. Okay, I will play the next turn correctly and not think about clocking him. But he has Divine Favor! So I probably have to clock him. So I cast a red spell. That means that you can't block. So then I attack for 4. Which you live through. And then I throw away this swamp. I have only 11 cards left. So how many bats are left? One bat left. Next turn I can of course just swing with these three and I win. Which is probably what is going to happen. Sorry for that. So let's do it. Safe passage. No. And I win the tournament without dropping a duel. That's pretty good. I am satisfied with that. I know it's a new place draft, but I like them so much. Thank you for watching MagicGatheringStrat. I'm Dan. I played an M13 4-man draft.